Haiko sawa. Najua mtu amana ndio mwenye anaongea.
Wacha niwaambie. Wacha niwaambie wachukue lisensi. Basi niambie mtumie nini?
Kenya
Ina record. Iko.
Sawa.
Rolling.
Senator tuko tayari.
Hapo. Yes.
Asante sana wanahabari, wananchi wa Karibu ambao kwa hapa. Leo hii ni siku ya kihistoria. Siku ya kihistoria kwa sababu tukizo ambalo tumeona leo, tukizo ambalo hatujaliona tangu tupate uhuru sisi kama taifa. Mnavyojua vizuri sana, mimi ni mwandishi wa michezo ya kuigiza. Mchezo huu wa Echoes of Doom ni mchezo wangu wa 82 tangu nizaliwe. Unaandika michezo 82 na mchezo huu umeaktiwa na shule ya msingi ya BUTERE. Umefuzu kutoka sub county, ilikuwa nambari 1, county ikawa nambari 1, na katika regionals wale adjudicators walipatia max 90. Hawakuwa na tashwishi yote na mchezo. Lakini vile tulirudi shule, yule mkubwa wa shule aliniambia kwamba wale watoto wamesema kwamba imesemekana kwamba hawawezi enda kwenye nationals kwa sababu mchezo huo ni wa siasa na unaharibia viongozi fulani jina na hautaruhusiwa kuperform. Ngamuza, unatoa wapi masuala kama haya na ilhali ni haki ya wanafunzi kuperform? Akaniambia kwamba orders from the above. Bila nilifuatilia kupitia Regional Director of Education, akaniambia yeye amepata orders kutoka State House kwamba mchezo huu usiperformiwe mahali popote. That is when nilichukua mawakili wangu, wakili Ken Chesa na wakili Usiega Edgar, kuenda kotini kuhakikisha kwamba wamehakikisha mchezo huu umefanyika. Koti ilipeana order na tumekuja nayo jana vile tumefika kule, wamekataza watoto kufanya rehearsal yoyote. Wamefungiwa kwa chumba kimoja na wakaambiwa wasitoke pale, chakula wanaletewa pale na wasijaribu hata kupitia mistari ya play hiyo. Mimi mwenyewe nikafungiwa nje, nikaambiwa siwezi ona watoto. Polisi karibu 50 walikuja wakanishika, wakanileta hapa kwenye Nakuru Central Police Station, lakini baada ya muda mchache wakanitoa tena na Subaru, wakaneka kwenye buti ya Subaru, wakanipeleka kwa msituni. Tumetembea nao masaa 4 usiku kwenye buti ya Subaru. Hawaniambii niko wapi, lakini zilikuwa eneo za Baringo, mahali penye hata hakuna barabara, hakuna mtu, hakuna lami, ni katikati ya kichaka. Wanakuacha kwenye buti, wanatoka kule nje, wanaanza kuongea kwa masimu. Ilikuwa jambo la kuhofia kabisa. Lakini mwishowe wakanileta sasa pale Eldamaravine Police Station, kama karibu kuna kucha. Wakanitupa pale bila maandishi yoyote. Leo asubuhi nimeuliza makosa yangu ni nini, hawajaniambia makosa yoyote. Na nikaambiwa kwamba nimeachiliwa unconditional. Mimi ningependa kusema kwamba mtu ambaye ako nyuma ya matendo haya yote sio Regional Director of Education, sio drama officials, sababu drama officials walihakikisha kwamba play hii imeperformiwa kutoka sub county. And I want to thank the drama committee for ensuring that these girls have been given the right platform. Mtu ambaye ako na shida na huu mchezo ni William Samoei Ruto. And we must call him out, we must call out Mr. President. Sababu huyu ni jamaa ambaye anaogopa kuambia ukweli. Na mchezo huu rais, ni mchezo ambao utakusaidia wewe rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Ni mchezo ambao unakufundisha jinsi vile kufanya kazi. Ni mchezo ambao unakuambia yale matakwa ambayo wananchi wa Kenya wanataka. Mchezo huu unaangazia masuala ya vijana ambao wanaitwa almaarufu Gen Z, ambao wanataka nchi yao iwe na universal healthcare ambayo inafanya kazi. Sio SHA ambayo wanafunzi wengi wanaenda kwenye hospitali, wanapata SHA ifanyi kazi, wanakufa, wanarudishwa manyumbani zao kama ni maiti. Hawa wasichana wa BUTERE girls wanakuambia wewe rais kwamba hiyo SHA ni lazima itafanya kazi, upende usipende. Jambo la pili, hawa wanafunzi wanatuelekeza kwamba wanaelekeza good governance, free of corruption. Wanasema kwamba hawataki mambo ya ufisadi Kenya hii. Kama watu wako hawezi kuambia, basi wanafunzi wa BUTERE walikuwa wamekuja leo kukuambia they want a country that has got good governance, and that is free from corruption. Jambo la tatu, hawa wanafunzi wanataka ile education system yao iwe education system ambayo inawasaidia. Tumeona tuko na shida mingi ya CBC, tuko na shida mingi ya university funding model. Mchezo huo unaangazia Gen Z ambao wanasema kwamba wangependa rais uangazie masuala yao masomo. So shida iko wapi bwana rais? Paka unapiga watoto na tear gas. Jana mlitumia live bullets kwa sababu wamefanya mchezo wa kuigiza. Na mchezo huu hawajataja jina lolote. Mchezo huu umewekwa katika setting, fictional setting kule Middle East ambayo inaitwa the Royal Velvet Emirates. Sasa wewe Ruto ulikuwa rais wa Royal Velvet Emirates siku gani? Hawa watoto hawaongei directly juu yako. Wametumia majazi, jina za majazi, symbolism, idioms, metaphors. Wanajienjoy tu wakicheza kwenye mchezo kama watoto wanakogopesha hivi. Sasa je, sisi tukikuandama 2027 si utaua kila mtu katika nchi hii? So I want to call the international community to step into this matter because the rights of the children have been infringed and it's only the international community that will salvage us. Mimi nashukuru sana waheshimiwa ambao wamesimama kidete, Mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa, Mheshimiwa Rigathigachagua, Mheshimiwa Eugene Wamalwa. Nashukuru sana hata chama cha ODM nimeona wametoa statement ambayo kukashifu mambo hii. Nimeona Raila Odinga ameongea, nchi yote inaongea, and we are here to ensure that the president must listen to us. Mimi ningependa kuomba mawakili wangu, tafadhali do whatever you can do to ensure that this play is performed. I am now instructing you to go back to court and get orders for those children to perform before an audience. The second order that I'm instructing you to go and get is those children waende wa perform katika National Theatre ambayo itakuwa filmed, and that performance will be used now as history so that the coming generations can be able to watch this play.
What exactly transpired? Because within seconds you were...
Yeah, nilitolewa katika gari yangu, walipasua kioo moja kwa gari yangu, wakatupa ndani pilipili ambayo ilikuwa pale ndani, so ikaanza kutuchoke. So ilibidi nitoke na wakanishika, wakanipeleka hapa Nakuru, na vile nilisema tukapelekwa katika msituni. Nikatolewa hapa Nakuru police station, nikapelekwa msituni usiku nzima. They didn't harass me. We have a very disciplined police force, by the way, because they didn't harass me. They had the option of beating me up in the wilderness, but they didn't do that. Nikisema kwamba polisi walinipiga, nitakuwa nadanganya. Au polisi walikuwa wanafuata masharti ya mtu ambao walikuwa wanaongea nao kwenye simu. Ningependa tu pia kuwasherekea kwa sababu walikuwa na option ya kumaliza jana usiku.
Umezungumza na cast yako kwa sababu baada ya kurushiwa tear gas kuna baadhi ambao walitoka na haijulikani walipoenda. Sasa hivi wako vipi na hali yao iko vipi?
Sijazungumza nao kwa sababu hawaruhusu wale wasichana wa interact na mtu yeyote. Sasa hivi nimeambiwa kwamba wamewekwa kwenye basi, wengine wanapelekwa kule BUTERE gas. Sasa sijaweza kuwafikia. Kulikuwa na habari kwamba 15 walikuwa nakosa kufika. So wale 15 ningependa kuripoti kwamba wazazi watulie, kwamba hao watoto walijipata walijipeleka kule kwenye camp yao na wamefika kule. I have a very competent cast, ile cast ambayo inajua kutumia akili, and I want to take this opportunity to celebrate the heroines of BUTERE girls. It will be inscribed in history that you are there when the history of this country was being written, and I want to take this opportunity to celebrate you and tell you that as a nation you are loved. Asante sana. Labda
hilo la leo linamaanisha nini kwa drama festival?
Hii tukio kwanza ni kusema kwamba hatutaki interference na the political class ama the administrators katika Kenyan National Drama Festival. These are festivals that we celebrate. These are festivals that has nurtured some of us. Ningependa kuomba vijana wote ambao wamegadhabishwa, all directors, all teachers ambao wamegadhabishwa na neno hili, watulie kwamba we are going to follow the right procedure for BUTERE girls to perform. Na tunataka zile plays zingine, zile items zingine ambazo zimekuja kuperform hapa Nakuru zipewe nafasi. The festival should not be interrupted kwa sababu ya hii tukio. Festival ipewe nafasi because we also don't want to infringe into the rights of other children. Waruhusu items zote za festival ziperformiwe and no item should be censored. Ikiwezekana hata waniite leo usiku niangalie zile items hazija perform, naweza weka kitu moja ama mbili ambaye inaweza saidia katika dissemination of information. I still have more items. Personally, I had 7 plays that I had scripted in this festival. 5 of them managed to come to the nationals. I want to announce here that you'll be seeing some of my plays being performed on that stage, and I will personally ensure that they disseminate the right information.
Do you mind telling us about the names of the plays and the schools so that...
No, I can't, because they'll be victimized.
From your own assessment, how would you have performed with your girls?
Of course, we are up to the task. I have told you I have the best cast. I have never trained such a cast since I started this profession. I have the best cast, and I want to believe that if given opportunity, BUTERE girls is going to shock everyone, including William Samoei Ruto.
There are people who are saying that you are using the juniors for a political squad. What's your say about that?
Go read the set books those students are doing right now. Samaritan, Fathers of the Nation, all of them are political. Parliament of all of them are political plays. And therefore, these children, the thought of you thinking that they are children, that's where you go wrong. These are people who are informed. These young children are people who are seeing what is going on in their country, and they have a right to speak. Go read the Children's Act, go read the Education Act. They have a right to speak, and they have a right to be trained by anyone. And do not look at me from the lenses of a politician. Before I became a politician, I was an actor, then a director, then a politician. So look at me as a director and not a politician. And this will not stop me from doing what I like. I'll continue writing plays, and I even go now so that we do plays in public places like National Theatre, Alliance, and any other places using now adults. So I'll disapprove you, and I'm up to the task.
Those children were traumatized after what happened today, after the tear gas. Is there going to be a follow-up for counseling and therapy?
Of course, we request that the teachers of BUTERE girls should organize a counseling session for these children. We should get a professional counselor who will take them through and also try to bring them back into their right senses so that they can also concentrate in their academics, because some of them are sitting for their national exams in 4 or 5 months from now, and therefore I would like to ask the principal of that school and any other person who can access the children to ensure that they get a professional counselor to counsel them and bring them back to normalcy.
When you look at the best, when you look at that, do you think if it's wrong, it had a chance of going to state head because that have been the tradition?
And I think I had not intended to say this, but I have instructed my lawyer to get an order for that play to be performed at State House. So we want to see if the president will defy a court order, and we want to see if the president will run out of State House. So I think, and I'm sure we are going to get that order. I'm sure the courts are watching, and the courts are with us. Thank you.
So, thank you very much. One is that just like Senator Malala has said, the government is in violation of the rights of the children and the students of BUTERE girls, and we have instructions to pursue remedies under these violations. It's imperative for us to understand that the government has violated the very basic education regulations 2015, which asks that the government ensures children participate in curricular activities, including drama and any works of art. It was on that basis that the court ordered that the play be staged, and the government has not adhered to that court order. Government has violated Basic Education Act 2013. Government has violated the Children's Act as well as the Constitution of Kenya. So we are going back to court to cite all the players for contempt. In law, ignorance is no defense, and all people who are involved in this will face the consequences of the law. Right from the principal BUTERE girls, who was issuing unconstitutional, illegal and retrogressive directions from the time the students left up to the time they were ordered to go back to BUTERE, to the regional director of Education Western Province, who acted out of ignorance in implementing the orders of his bosses, to the PS, all of them, the heads must roll. If we would not get justice from the Kenyan executive, because the judiciary has already done justice by allowing the play and issuing the orders that have been disobeyed. We are, as a state now, we are in violation of our international obligations, observing the treaties that we have signed and executing them in good faith under the doctrine of pacta sunt servanda, that honor the provisions of the treaties that you've signed in utmost good faith. We have violated the provisions on the Convention on the Rights of the Child, as well as the provisions from the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Children. We have international remedies that we are going to pursue to ensure that these children are compensated, that our state actors are condemned, and they lose international credibility. I want to thank Senator Malala for standing strong, even in the wake of blackmail, in the wake of frustrations, to ensure that the rights of the children are upheld. And as he has rightly said, we have a reason we call the house on the hill State House. It is not a state home, it's a state house. Every Kenyan reasonably can access that state house and do what the regulations require them to do. We will be moving to court for contempt, and we will be saying that the orders of this court were not respected. And even if the drama festivals are ended, it must be ordered that BUTERE girls students be given an ample opportunity to stage this play to the public and any other Kenyan who might have been interested in watching it. And if Kenyans sitting at such a forum approve it, then it will have to move to State House and be presented in gala posthumously. Even if you died on a voting day, you can still become an MP posthumously before a by-election is held. I then invite my learned senior, the Honorable Eugene Wamalwa, with whom we work together to also comment on this subject.
Thank you. Wakili Bushega.
Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Bushega. One, the right, the freedom of expression as captured under Article 33 of the Constitution of Kenya is explicit. The same had been given sound and basis by the courts of law, Lady Justice Okwanyi. The government has acted in impunity, disregarded the same, and ensured that the girls have not performed. Of course, the law provides recourse in terms of pursuing contempt. Simultaneous with that, Senator Malala has been arrested and detained in Communicado. That falls under false imprisonment. Certainly we'll pursue that and ensure that justice is done. At this point, we can guarantee that the law as it is, in terms of the constitutional strictures, is well captured, is well elucidated, and we are hopeful that with the judiciary that we have, at the end of the day, the girls and everyone shall have his and our way. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I think, let me start by saying Paule to my brother, Senator Malala. He's gone through a lot of trauma since yesterday in this beautiful city of Nakuru. He was hunted down like an animal yesterday, and he was just in this town as a coach coming to prepare his team for a crucial match today, BUTERE girls. After being arrested here, he went to Eldama Ravine. We've just come back from Eldama Ravine police station where we secured his release, and we want to celebrate the girls, BUTERE girls, our heroines today. They're on their way to BUTERE. Honorable Galasinga Majimbo has just met them. He's the MP from Western Kenya. He met them at Molo when they were driving home to BUTERE. So as we celebrate them, we also want to celebrate our hero, Cleopas Malala, because he's a talented playwright. Apart from the action that our team of lawyers will be undertaking from tomorrow, whether it's pursuing the issue of false imprisonment, the manner in which he was imprisoned falsely, and he has been released without any charges, which means it was just pure harassment from the police. We will not allow Kenya to go back to the dark days of being a police state where police harassment was the order of the day of any critic of that government. That will not allow. Secondly, Bwana Malala, we want to assure you that you're one of the most intelligent minds that we have when it comes to playwrights. Before you, there were great playwrights like Ngugi wa Thiong'o. We had Professor Bushere Mugo, who were forced to go to exile from this country because they were very brilliant and they wrote very beautiful plays. The Devil on the Cross, I Will Marry When I Want. These were all banned. But that state, the police state that we had, did not just ban plays. They followed and actually detained Kina Ngugi wa Thiong'o. They had to leave this country. My brother Cleo, God has blessed you with a talent. Fear not. Continue being creative and continue growing talent in our country. Not just BUTERE girls. There are many schools here in Nakuru County, Nairobi and others. You are national heroes of today, apart from our heroines from BUTERE. This is one thing we want to say for the international community. We have seen a state sliding back into dictatorship, led by one William Samoei Arap Ruto. If we do nothing, we would lose all the gains we have made since we inaugurated our constitution in 2010. Freedom of expression, freedom of thought, freedom of conscience. These are fundamental freedoms guaranteed by our constitution. But today, they are being violated by this state. If you can stop little children from telling their story about a failed education system, they are either the beneficiaries or victims of failed policies. If they're saying SHA is not working, it's not just SHA. We had the EduCare, where we had healthcare for our children in schools. This was removed. So if they're feeling the pain, they're the wearers of the shoe and they want to tell them through their talent, why stop it? What kind of a government fears its own children? What kind of a government that fears its own citizens? This is a government that is even afraid of its own shadow. It's not worth being called a government. But we are going to go to court to ensure that their rights are protected. Not just courts, we would like this matter taken to Parliament. And I'm very pleased that the Honorable Kalasinga Majimbo MP Kabuchai is here with us. And he has said he's going to take this matter to the floor of the House. So from Nakuru City, what has happened here will not end here. It will be taken to our courts. It will be taken to international courts. It will be taken to our Parliament. And it's a matter that will not rest here. May I invite the Honorable Kalasinga Majimbo to come and say a few words.
Thank you very much, Waziri. I think I'm one very disturbed member of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday night when I was watching news, I think in particular I was watching Citizen News, I was touched by the brutality the police were handling the journalists, particularly a lady who was carrying live news, live Citizen. The girl was tear gassed 3 times. But I want to say that's a very brave lady. She stood firm. Yes, the Marianne, she stood firm. She was tear gassed, she was beaten, but you could still hear the voice. The pictures disappeared on the screen, but the voice was still heard. She was working for this nation. I think where we have reached the freedom to be gained, we must regain it again. And we must go back to the floor of the House, as I've just said. We are going to raise this matter and going to request for a statement from the minister to explain actually where were these distractors when these girls were performing on the sub-county level. Where were they when they were performing on the county level? Where were they on the regional? Now they are on the national. When did they know that this is a wrong play? That is the question. I want the minister to explain to us. If somebody was sleeping on duty, then who first slept on duty? But when the girls come to tell you that, please look here, the Linda Mama is gone. Our mothers can never deliver like they were delivering before, free of charge. And then a husband being given a child, these are bundles of joy. Now it's not there. If the new funding in the students are suffering. I raised a question on the floor of the House the other day, which I was asking, why do we place students, we call it COOPs, it places students in private universities and state universities. Those in private universities don't benefit from the fund of the government. And you see, you get the same grade. Those are questions these kids are asking. I came here to stand in solidarity with my brother Malala. Cleophas Malala, we are not in the same political party, no. We are not from the same counties, no. But we share the mind. We are the same age set. We share a vision. We have a longer period to stay in this country. We can't ruin it. I want to say this here today, like I am a Kenya Kwanza member of parliament, but I'm known for being a rock MP. I voted no on the first finance bill, you know. I voted no on the second finance bill, you know. I refused to fight GACHAGUA, you know. So today I'm saying I'm refusing this bad act that is taken to our kids. I came here to sign solidarity with Malala. You are joining the Echoes of War. Thank you very much, Malala. I am saying that please, we need a Kenya for all of us. What the only thing I will ask is, I would soberly, kindly request the First Lady, who is in State House now, to inform the state that she wants these BUTERE girls, the alumni of this school, to perform where she didn't State House. Let her sit and watch the girls of her former school perform. I think she's proud of her. If indeed the First Lady, with the respect we give you, if you still have that respect, kindly see this matter now, step in it. Let your girls who stood the same school come and do State House. In fact, we want these girls now to perform in a bigger arena for Kenyans to watch, because now every Kenyan is asking himself, what were they going to perform? Now that they are blocked, they have made every party in Kenya know that surely these girls at a point, we want to listen to them. But listening to these girls will support and make students not go on strikes. Sometimes these youth ventilate by saying they might speak and feel free, and you don't get strikes and problems in this country. This is the only way to listen to Gen Zs in this country. Gen Zs must be listened. Thank you very much. And I think I don't want the Gen Zs to come again and eat our muchele. You know, they can easily come next up. Let us learn to listen to these youths. They have a point to ever. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
I think the only thing I would want to add is, apart from raising the question, Honorable Galasinga Majimbo, you can ask your speaker to invite BUTERE girls to come and perform in Parliament. That can be allowed. Just the way the Honorable Malala has requested that the BUTERE girls be allowed to perform in State House, they can be allowed to perform in Parliament. But I would also just add that Rachel Ruto, our First Lady, wherever you are today, you are an alumni of BUTERE girls. What happened to the girls today? You should be the first voice to condemn as a mother. Those girls should not have been traumatized the way they were, and they should not be crying on the way back to BUTERE. Would like to see you not just apologizing on behalf of your husband and his government, but also ensuring that BUTERE girls comes to perform at State House. Let it not be, don't be like Maria Antoinette, who was saying when she had noises outside the gate, that if there is no bread, why can't they eat cake? It's because